Okay, Zara Saman 58. Zara 58. Are you getting my voice? Vidhi Kumari 55. Vanshika Jain 54. Okay. So, Vanshika, can you answer? The water from the roots has to reach the very tall trees. Okay, in the top of the very tall trees also the water has to reach. It may be several meters high. So, from the roots, by what mechanism is the water reaching the very tall trees?
Yes, sir.
What is the mechanism? Can you name by what
So,
method?
so the ascent of sir.
Hmm. So, what is that mechanism? What is that principle, or what is that method by which it is able to go in such a high, from all the way few meters of height? Also, it is able to go several meters of height. The phenomena is called, using which phenomena? Okay, Swastik 53. Can you answer? Saurya Suman 52. By which method the water is able to reach the very tall trees? Soumya Kumari 51, can you answer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, transpiration pull.
Good. That is the right answer, because there is the root pressure also. There is another method which is called root pressure. But by root pressure, the water from the roots can go only for a few, say, centimeters, or say about 1 or 2 feet.
For small plants.
Yes, it is useful for small plants, but for very tall trees that can be several meters of height, this pressure, that the root pressure, is not sufficient. So we need a much more powerful pressure is required. Powerful pull is required. That is coming from the transpiration pull. Okay, that is important. Please revise. All of you keep revising. Okay. Next, uh, Shriyesh.
Shreyans.
Shriyans, sorry.
Sir,
So Shriyans,
Shreyansh.
yes,
Yes,
Shriyans.
sir.
Can you say that if there is a high humidity, then what will happen to the rate of transpiration? Whether it will be high or low?
If there is a high humidity, the rate of transpiration will increase.
Why you think it is like that?
Sir, because because no, sir, the rate of transpiration will decrease because the outer the amount of water vapor in the outer atmosphere is more than in the plant, so it will decrease.
It will decrease. Okay, even though it may not be more than in the plants, but the difference in the concentration. Okay, outside is
Yes, sir.
already
The
lot of
concentration is more. The
Huh.
concentration
But
is more.
once it is a very dry air outside, there is a large difference in the concentration. So more
Yes,
of
sir.
the transpiration can take place. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. So let us move on to the next topic. That is plant nutrient.
Plant.
Plant nutrients.
So we were studying mineral nutrients.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. So under this plant nutrients, we have just started basic discussion of plant nutrients, right? We have not gone much into it.
Yes, sir.
Just
Yes,
basic only
sir.
we
Yes,
have.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So page number 9, plant nutrients. So we have discussed water nutrients and the components that are present in the food, specific components that are present in the food that are required for the growth and development are the nutrients, and they can be obtained from the air, water or soil. And there are the 17 chemical elements that are important for the growth and survival of the plants. Okay, these is 17 essential elements. So these essential elements
So
is,
means all the 17 elements that are required in the plant, they are supplied by to the plant by air.
it can be from air, water, soil. Okay, different ways it can come.
Okay, sir.
So
All 17 will come from different places. That means air, water, soil.
yes, we will see. For example, if it is oxygen, the oxygen is coming from the air also and also from the water. Okay, so we will be seeing that. Now this, what is the meaning of 17 essential elements? These 17 essential elements is what we are looking is for the plants. It need not be for animals and other living organisms. All living organisms have their own set of essential elements. So by performing experiments, okay, some specific element you will not give to the plant, and you will see what is the effect on the growth and development of the plant. By that way we can identify what are the essential elements. So 17 such chemical elements known as the essential elements have been identified, and these are of the two types. One is the non-mineral
Element.
elements.
Answer 1 is mineral element.
Yes. So these non-mineral elements, these include the carbon, oxygen and hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Okay, these three elements are,
And water.
They're supplied by water.
yes, so these three elements yeah. So these three elements, they are required in very large quantities also, and they are coming from the different sources. For example, carbon will come from the carbon dioxide. Okay, so there is a cycle that is known as the carbon cycle. You have studied about that earlier, carbon cycle, in your earlier.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Water cycle, have you heard about water cycle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
So like the water is circulating in the atmosphere. Okay, it is going in the clouds, evaporating from the lakes and rivers and so on, and making this water cycle. Similarly, there is this carbon cycle. Okay, the carbon is also not stationary, it is a cycling. So what is happening is the carbon is present in almost all living organisms. They are having carbon. We are also made up of a lot of carbon. So this carbon, after, for example, the plant dies, okay, and we are burning that one. So what is going to happen? This carbon compounds, when we burn it, it gives rise to what gas?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon
So
dioxide.
this carbon dioxide is going into the atmosphere, and that carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the plants again. The living plants are going to absorb the carbon dioxide. So when they are absorbing the carbon dioxide, they are taking the carbon inside them. So in the process of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide is converted into the sugars. That is the food for the plant. So this is what we say carbon fixing. We are fixing the carbon. Earlier the carbon was roaming around the atmosphere in a gas form. Now what we have done is we fixed it in the form of a food, that is the sugar. Again the plant will die, and or the animals are going to eat it. Okay, when they die, again by the microorganisms, they will be eaten. The microorganisms are going to do respiration, release the carbon dioxide. So this is a different cycle, that is the carbon cycle, just like the water cycle. Now these three elements, the non-mineral elements, are the major elements. They are also required in very large quantities by the living organisms. Okay, and the next one is the mineral elements. These mineral elements, like we discussed earlier, generally they are available in the earth crust. These minerals we don't get in the air, we have them in the earth. Okay, these need to be mined. That's what we get the term mining of minerals. Okay, that's how the term is coming, minerals.
Yes.
These minerals, they can be soluble in water also, because all living organisms are having more than 70-80% of water in their body.
Yes, sir.
Okay, whether it is
Yes,
a
sir.
plant, it is an animal, or the microorganisms, all of them have mainly water content is there. The minerals,
Or us. We also have 78% of water in our
yes, we also have. So what is happening is the minerals, they will dissolve in the water. So what is going to happen once the minerals are dissolving in the water, the plants
They're absorbed by the plant.
the plants can absorb them from the using their roots. So that's what we saw in the previous classes. So by what method the minerals are absorbed by the roots?
Sir, root pull. Sir, the root
The
pull.
root pull.
Sir, sir, it's
Photosynthesis.
Wait. Observe you.
Diffusion.
Listen my question. There are the two things. One is we say how is the water conducted or pulled from the roots to the upper parts of the plant.
Transpiration.
Sir, root
The
pressure.
transpiration.
Transpiration.
Transpiration pull.
Root pressure and transpiration pull.
Yes, sir.
Both are correct answer, and the most strong is the transpiration pull. That is fine. But when the question is how the plant is absorbing the minerals, then what is the answer? By what mechanism?
That's through root.
Through root.
After you answer, please switch off your microphone after you answer. Okay, so through roots it is absorbing. By what mechanism?
The transpiration pull.
Get the question. My question is not about water. My question is how the plants are absorbing the minerals from the soil.
By diffusion, they are absorbing the minerals.
The osmosis. Diffusion.
Okay, so you have to understand. I have already told 2-3 times. This figure is extremely important. That is page number 4. Page number 4, figure 1.3. So there you are seeing that water is there outside in the soil particles are there, and the root hair is
Sir,
there.
water is took by osmosis.
So how the water is entering into the root hair? The process is
Sir, by osmosis.
by
So
osmosis.
by diffusion.
How can you say diffusion?
Osmosis.
Okay, you have please check the figure 1.3. Already we have discussed again and again. What is happening outside the root hair? The water is higher concentration. So water will move from the its own higher concentration. Shreyansh, don't switch on your audio and yawn. That's not good. So the outside there is the water. Okay, the water is a higher concentration. So water from the higher concentration is moving inside the root hair, which is their water is at a lower concentration through a semi permeable membrane. Okay, so that is the, now you can say it is osmosis, because osmosis is not the movement of the salt molecules. So in diffusion, what is moving? We are talking about the movement of water, air, or we are talking about the solute,
Anything.
that chemical or other molecule. We are not talking about the movement of the air or the movement of the water. Okay, so when the question is the movement of the mineral,
So the minerals are dissolved in water, so they come with
Sir,
water.
they are absorbed by the roots
So they
Correct.
after
are
But
dissolving in
yes.
water.
when I am telling osmosis, so is that the minerals also going inside?
No, sir.
No, sir.
They
Ah.
go by diffusion.
Sir, they go by diffusion.
This is the point. Very good. You have to understand this point. You see, what is osmosis? Definition is very clear. The movement
Sir,
of the
osmosis is only for liquid medium because
liquid or gas, whatever it may be. We are not, but that is what you say is the solvent. Solvent means the major component in which the other thing is
Yes, sir.
dissolved. So the movement of the, we'll just follow your textbook like it is given. The movement of the water molecules from a region of its own higher concentration to a region of
Lower
its lower
lower
concentration
cons.
through a semi-permeable membrane. There is nothing about minerals or other material movement because it is a semi-permeable membrane. It will not allow anything and
semi-permeable membrane only allows selective particles to enter and exit through it.
only selective particles. Yes. So water is going to move, but the minerals, whether they will go or not, depend upon that membrane. Okay. So, but when we say that how the minerals are moving, they are moving by diffusion. Okay. Now here
That
mineral.
means the roots can perform both diffusion and osmosis.
You see, when osmosis is taking place, diffusion should not take place. Is there any rule like that?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nothing like that. So, if osmosis is taking place, what the diffusion is telling? Diffusion is simply saying that the material will move from the higher concentration to lower concentration. There is nothing mentioned about membrane. Correct? If membrane is there, then it will become osmosis.
Yes, sir.
No. It will become osmosis only if you are talking about the water or the solvent. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But if there is membrane or there is no membrane, if the molecules other than the water molecules are moving from higher concentration to lower concentration, it is diffusion. Whether membrane is there or not there, that is not that is not the question there. If the material is moving from higher concentration to lower concentration with or without the membrane, it is diffusion. But if the movement is about water molecule from its higher concentration to its lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, then it is osmosis. Okay. This is the concept. Even so many higher classes also people are going, still they don't follow this one. Okay, you should have clarity. Mineral elements. So now here mineral elements are also very important, essential. There are the 14 out of the 14
They're natural occurring substance.
now out of this 17, already 3 is over here, 14 is coming here. Okay, so out of these 14, 6 are required in large quantities.
Sir, macronutrients.
Yes, 6 are required in large quantities, and therefore these are known as a macronutrients. And the remaining 8 elements are required in the very small quantities, and therefore they are known as either the micronutrients
Or trace elements.
Or trace elements.
or trace elements. Trace elements. Okay. So this macronutrients, as the macro means something macro, not micro, it will be the big, large amount.
Sir, little big than the micro.
Not little bit, much more. Macro means large amount. Micro means small. Micro means micron 10 to power of minus 6, like that. Macro is large. So under the macro there are the 6 elements, and this include the N, P,
Nitrogen,
phosphorus, potassium, NPK,
calcium, magnesium, and sulfur.
calcium, Ca, Mg, and S.
And
NPK fertilizer. Okay, this is what is we are applying to the crops. Okay, farmers will buy
Yes,
this
sir.
fertilizer. This is the most common. It will have
So
the,
all three are mixed together.
yes sir, so they will have a certain ratio, the nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Okay, NPK, they are required in large amounts by the plant for the growth. The other ones are calcium. So all of us know calcium like bones and all those things, it is also required
Yes,
in
sir.
large amounts. So
So it is
particularly
required by the human being also.
which are growing, where there is a
Yes, sir.
growth, where there is growth there is more requirement, calcium, magnesium, sulfur is there, but okay, we are not considering that much in your textbook. Main is the calcium, magnesium, NPK, calcium, magnesium, sulfur. So these are the macro elements. Under the micro elements or trace elements, we have the,
Sir, iron,
yes,
Iron,
manganese,
Fe,
zinc,
yes, iron,
sir, boron,
mm,
copper,
zinc,
iron,
copper,
For
manganese,
zinc.
sir,
manganese,
zinc,
So zinc.
boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum, and nickel and chlorine.
okay, so let me repeat here. Iron, manganese should not be confused with magnesium, Mg.
Mag-
Mg is different from Mn. Mn is manganese. B for boron. Okay, this boron also very important. We will see what are the functions. Zinc, these days everyone is telling take zinc, immunity booster. Copper, okay, copper, molybdenum, nickel and chlorine. Okay, so iron also, we in certain conditions they will tell you take, because you are having anemia. Okay, person is having less amount of blood in the body. Okay, iron deficiency, anemia, so then they tell take iron. Okay, but for a growing plant, the requirement for iron is not so much as compared to the micro.
Sir, essential for chlorophyll formation.
We will see all these things. Okay, then there is the manganese, boron, zinc, copper, molybdenum, nickel and chlorine. So 8 micro elements or trace elements and 6 macro elements. Okay, next we will see what is the functions of the macronutrients. N, P, K, calcium, magnesium, sulfur.
Magnesium.
Now this NPK, nitrogen. Nitrogen, the function is the formation of proteins and chlorophyll. Okay,
For rapid growth.
formation of proteins and chlorophyll.
Sir, for the growth of the plant.
What is the, okay? You don't have to keep on repeating, huh? Okay. So the, what are the proteins? Proteins. So all of you have heard about proteins, but what are proteins?
Yes, sir.
For growing children, for example, it is told that take a lot of milk every day, take milk every day. Milk is
Yes.
having lot of protein, so that is good for the growth. So one thing we know that for growth, proteins are required. So proteins are, you can say in one way, they are the actual working molecules of the cell. Okay, you can tell that is the
Sir,
work
they
of
are
the,
bodybuilding food.
yes,
They have
The body build.
yes, like people are going to gym or doing exercise, they want to build their body mass. Then also, it is recommended take more protein. Don't just keep eating lot of starch.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the protein doing? They are the working molecules. They help in building the mass. Okay, so the proteins are required for the during the growth period. It is very important. Next, chlorophyll. All of you know what is the chlorophyll function of chlorophyll, right? Chlorophyll is
Yes, sir.
for purpose of,
photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
yes, how it is helping in photosynthesis? It is going to
Trap the sunlight.
trap the sunlight. Yes. So chlorophyll is going to trap the sunlight Okay, and this proteins, they are going to increase the body weight.
Mass.
Yes, body mass. They are going to increase the body mass. Okay, it's making big body mass. So just like the plants also need the same way, and it helps in the rapid growth. Okay, next phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus in common. Yeah, where you have seen phosphorus? In matchstick, phosphorus will be there. So when we light a match, in that match the chemical is there, no, that contains phosphorus. Now
Okay.
even sometimes you will be observing some, movies, or somewhere you will be seeing horror kind of thing, and then there is some burial ground or something in the night time, there is a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of white kind of
Sir, gas. Sir.
gases are coming. What are these
Yes.
gases? This is smoke, because there is no fire from where the smoke is coming. So because
That's phosphorus.
it is a burial ground, there is a lot of bones underneath. So the phosphorus from the bones will be slowly escaping out. So this phosphorus in the air, it will give a certain kind of light. It is a, because it is highly reactive, it will give a certain kind of light. So that is where, common life will be seeing phosphorus. Now the photosynthesis, okay, and for a proper plant nutrition, this phosphorus is required.
Some maturation, not nutrition.
And plant, yes, plant maturation, yes. So that is for the maturation of the plant. Okay, next is the potassium. It is helping in the building of proteins. Either you say building of proteins or formation of proteins, means the same. Okay, building of proteins, photosynthesis, and fruit quality. Okay, we are almost to time. Okay, so
Very complete functions of macronutrients.
okay, we'll just cover this one. It's okay. Building of proteins, photosynthesis, fruit quality. It helps in the opening and closing of stomata, and thus regulates transpiration. Okay, so little bit here important thing is that I will spend some time to explain about this one. Okay, stomata, how it is helping. These three, as you can see, mostly all the three are coming for photosynthesis, and photosynthesis is required for energy. Okay, and also
Yes,
you
sir.
see protein is coming here, protein is coming here, nitrogen and
Sir,
potassium.
potassium helps to
Huh.
build protein and protein helps to build body mass.
So overall what is happening is NPK, all of them are helpful in photosynthesis and directly or indirectly for making the protein. Additionally, potassium is having the important role in fruit quality. So generally they say, no, we should eat some fruits, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is the old saying is there.
Yes, sir.
So these fruits, even bananas are not very expensive, but they are also rich source of potassium. Okay, so the body needs that balance of potassium and sodium. Same thing is for the plants also. Okay, so taking the fruits, okay, gives that kind of balance for the plant. It is going to get that potassium from the soil. Okay, from the soil. The sodium also it is getting from the soil.